Hello, this is Siddharth from Chicago Arthritis and Regenerative Medicine. Ankle sprains are an incredibly common injury. I think an interesting question is, when should you pursue additional treatment besides rest and activity modification in that kind of injury? So obviously it goes without saying, if you've had an ankle injury, a sprain, or some similar sort of injury, obviously activity modification up front, then pursue physical therapy if needed. If it's not enough, then how do you know when to pursue more than that? A couple things come to mind. There's some obvious ones, like let's say you have persistent pain and swelling. That may be a sign that you have more than just a mild sprain. It may be a sign that you have something that's a little bit more advanced, or an injury to another tendon or the bone or the joint that needs to be evaluated and treated. Number two, if you have any signs of instability. Signs of instability would be if the ankle was giving out on you or twisting a little bit easier. It's not uncommon that if you've had one ankle sprain in the past, if you are then more prone to additional ankle sprains going forward. It's another case where you would want to consider that. I would actually even say another sign of instability that's subtle would be if you start to notice that over time that your activity level, with more activity, you start to notice that the ankle starts to feel more fatigued or weak or mildly stiff with activity. To me, that's a sign of instability that needs to be evaluated and treated as well. And lastly, if you also start to notice that you're developing issues in the knee, the hip, the back that are new compared to prior your ankle sprain. To me, that's a sign that the ankle sprain is now causing instability that's affecting some of those other issues as well. That's key because ankle instability is something that can be treated, whether that's with prolotherapy or platelet-rich plasma. Those are good options for mild to moderate instability. For instability that's a little bit more severe than that, you may need to escalate to something like bone marrow-derived stem cells, but those are all things that can be treated. So how do you know when to get evaluated if you have an ankle sprain? I would say relatively low threshold, meaning if you have persistent symptoms, progressive symptoms. The key here is don't wait till this is severe. Get this checked out earlier and get treated when you're still at an early to moderate stage, at a level where you can still prevent this from progressing. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for your time. Live well.